Hi guys, welcome back to the next episode of Director's Chat. Today we're looking at the Paradise Walk of Phillip Noyce. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the next episode of Director's Chat. Talk about director. Today we're talking about Phillip Noyce. Don't forget to subscribe and communication memories of him. So I'm gonna go through his movies in time for. And before I start, this is my 100th video. I can't believe I've done 100 of these. This is actually my 100th video. So yeah, let's get into it. So in 1977 we had Backroads, which was Australian film. This was Phillip Noyce's first movie. Stars Bill Hunter and Gary Foley. And I've not seen this movie. So yeah. Then in 1970 we had Newsfront, which was a drama film. It starred Bill Hunter, Wendy Hughes, Chris Haywood, Brian Brown, and I've not seen this one either. Then in 1982 we had Heatwave, which was Australian film. It's based on the murder of Juanita Nielsen. It was the second of two films inspired by the story that came out at the time. The first being The Killing of Angel Street. It starred Judy Davis, Richard Moore, and Bill Hunter. Then in 1987 we had Echoes of Paradise, also known as Shadows of the Peacock, which was also an Australian film. It starred Wendy Hughes and John Lone. And then in 1989 we had Dead Calm, which was a psychological thriller film. It's based on a 1963 novel of the same name by Charles Williams, and it stars Sam Neill, Nicole Kidman, Billy Zane. It made 10.2 million on a $10 million budget. It was well received by critics, praising Neill, Kidman, and Zane's performances and the academic cinematography, although some film critics criticized elements of the script for being what they viewed as sensationalization and an over-the-top ending. Then also in 1999 we had Blind Fury, which was an action comedy film. It is loosely a modernized remake of the Tochi Challenge of 17th film in the Japanese the Tochi film series. It stars Rutger Hauer, Terrence O'Quinn, Lisa Blount, Randall Tex Cobb, and Noble Willingham. Made $2 million. And then in 1992 we had Patriot Games, which was an action thriller film. It is based on Tom Clancy's 1987 novel same name. It is a sequel to the 1990 film The Hunt for the Red October, part of a series of films featuring Tom Clancy's character Jack Ryan, but with different actors in the leading role. It stars Harrison Ford, Anne Archer, Paget Bergen, Sean Bean, Thora Birch, James Fox, Samuel Jackson, James Earl Jones, and Richard Harris. $178.1 million, $45 million budget. It received positive reviews. And so in 1993 we had Sliver, which was an erotic thriller film based on Ira Levin's novel of the same name. It starred Sharon Stone, William Baldwin, Tom Berenger, and Martin Liddell. It made $116.3 million, $40 million budget. It was panned by critics, but this movie is fine. It received negative reviews. I actually think this one's okay. Sliver. And then in 1994 we had Clear and Present Danger, which is an action thriller film. It's based on Tom Clancy's 1989 novel of the same name, and is a sequel to The Hunt for the Red October and Patriot Games, and upon a series of films featuring Tom Clancy's character Jack Ryan. Is the last film version of Clancy's done to feature Harrison Ford and James Earl Jones as voice, as well as the final film directed by Noyce. It starred Harrison Ford, William Dafoe, Anne Archer, and James Earl Jones. Made $215.9 million, $62 million budget, and it was a financial success. Then in 1997, we had The Saint, which was a thriller film, and it starred Val Kilmer, Elizabeth Shue, and Raid Seba Djiza. It made $169.4 million, $90 million budget. It's loosely based on the character of Simon Templar, created by Leslie Charteris in 1928 for a series of books published as The Saint, which ran until 1983. And so yeah, this movie's good. So that's The Saint. Then in 1999 we had The Bone Collector, which was a crime thriller film. It's based on the crime novel of the same name, written by Jeffrey Deaver. And it starred Denzel Washington, Angelina Jolie, Queen Latifah, Michael Rooker, Mike McClone, Luz Guzman, Leland Orser, and Ed O'Neill. It made $151.5 million, $48 million budget, and it received mixed reviews. In 2002, we had Rabbit Proof Fence, which was an Australian drama film. It's based on the 1996 book Follow the Rabbit Proof Fence by Doris Pickington Gamira. Yeah, so it stars Evan Sampai, Tiana Sainsbury, Laura Munger, and David Goldpill, and Kenneth Rana. Made $60 million, $6 million budget. And yeah, this movie is good. Actually, positive reviews. And then also in 2002, we had A Quiet American, which was a political drama, an adaptation of Graham Greene's best-selling 1995 novel, Sam Victor, A Quiet American. It stars Michael Caine, Brendan Fraser, and Do Thai Hai Yen. It's a remake of the 1958 film of the same name, and it made $27 million, $30 million budget. Received positive reviews. Then in 2006 we had Catch a Fire, which was a biographical thriller film. So Derek Luke, Tim Robbins, and Bonnie Henna. It made $5.7 million, $40 million budget. Then 2010 we had Salt, which was an action thriller film, and it stars Angelina Jolie, Liv Schreiber, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Andrea Brewer, and it made $93.5 million, $130 million budget. It received positive reviews, with praise for the acting success and Jolie's performance, but drawing criticism on the writing, with reviewers finding the plot implausible and convoluted. And I actually like this movie. There's been talks of a sequel. I don't know. There's been no talks on a sequel, but yeah. That's Salt. 2014, we had The Giver, which is a dystopian drama film. It stars Jeff Bridges, Meryl Streep, Brendan Thwaites, Alexander Skarsgård, Katie Holmes, Taylor Swift, Cameron Monaghan, Odia Rush, and Emma Tremblay. It made $67 million, $25 million budget, and yeah. So then in 2021, we had Above Suspicion, which is a crime thriller film. It's based on Joe Sharkey's non-fiction book of the same name. A Roll Around the Murder of Susan Smith. It stars Jack Hudson, Emilia Clarke, Sophie Lowe, Austin Herbert, Carl Glusman, Chris Mulkey, Omar Benson Miller, Kevin Dunn, Thora Birch, and Johnny Knoxville. Made $25,000. And then 2022 we had The Desperate Hour, which was a thriller film. So it stars Naomi Watts. This was actually in 2021 at the Toronto International Film Festival, but it was released theatrically in 2022. And then finally in 2023 we're getting Fast Charlie, which was an upcoming action thriller film. It will be based on the 2001 novel Gun Monkeys by Victor Gershler, and it stars Pierce Brosnan, James Caan in his final film appearance, and Marina Baccarin. It will release on 7th of October 2023. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Phillip Noyce. That's the Paradise World of Phillip Noyce. Guys, so much my videos for next one. Bye. And this is also my 100 video. This is also my 100 videos. Yes, guys, so much my videos for next video. Bye.